Hi Liam, Jim Conlan here from RCB Radio Sport Ireland.
Jim.
Liam, got a few Irish questions for you based on the large Irish contingent there in the Hull City squad. Just starting off with Harry Vaughan, just the buzz that he has brought to Hull in the last sort of few games as well, playing in that sort of false nine position. You spoke about starting him this weekend and maybe with the run-in with Swansea and Luton. Is it important to expose him to top-flight championship games as much as possible for his development, given that he's only 19?
I think at the right time, we'll assess what it looks like. Like I said, he's definitely going to play tomorrow. We always assess after a game what's right for each player. You've got to understand, for Harry, he's playing at a completely different intensity than he's ever played at before. And he's playing the third game in a week. So that's why I've taken him off on 85 and on around 60 minutes on Wednesday so he could play the game on Saturday. I want to see how he plays at home. It's a completely different thing for an attacking player to play at home. So I'm really, really enjoying working with Harry, and he's got a lot of potential.
And in terms of Harry, do you see him maybe in that sort of false nine position, that maybe that pocket behind the striker? Do you see him as like an example of a Wesley Hoolahan type of a player?
Good. That's a good analogy. Wes was a top player. He can play anywhere. That's what I love about him. He can affect the game from a wide area. He can affect it from a central area as a number 8. He can play as a false 9. I think it's different for a lot of teams. I have a different way of playing. I don't need strikers to play the way that I want to play, and I think that suits Harry. And actually, that's why the club signed him. So all credit to the recruitment staff, because what we're doing now is we're identifying players that maybe other clubs won't take, that completely fit the style of play that I like. So if I look at Harry Vaughan, he done great for Oldham, okay, but in League One, League Two, not many teams play the way that we play. It's very direct. It's very hard for technical players to get on the ball. So I think the way that we play suits him down to the ground as well.
And in terms of Liam, I know you mentioned about Aaron Connolly in the past in terms about his lower move, if there was a possibility in terms of speaking to him in terms of making that sort of tournament. Is that something that you and Hull City still wish to see Aaron Connolly at the club next year?
I have a really good relationship with Brighton. So I can have a really good dialogue with them and see what their plans are. He's contracted to Brighton. He's still a Brighton player. So they're discussions that we'll have at the end of the season. And it's also what Aaron wants as well. You know, it needs to be something that everyone's happy with. So we'll make that decision in the summer once we've had the relevant conversations.
And I suppose, Liam, in terms of Cyrus Christie, obviously he came to Hull City to reinvigorate his sort of career and get it back going. And he's really blossomed and he's really shined. 28 games this season, 3 goals, a consummate pro. Do you think maybe Cyrus, in terms of his form for Hull City this year, that I know he's got Matt Doherty and Seamus Coleman in the international picture, but he still has flexibility. He spoke that he still has that burning desire to play for Ireland. Do you still think he's capable of it, given the performances that he's produced for Hull City this year? He's been a consistent pro for you.
100% he's good enough. I'm not trying to tell the Ireland manager who to pick, but he's been one of the best right backs in the league in the championship this season. So for me, Cyrus has been an absolute star to work with. He's shown unbelievable leadership qualities as well off the pitch, and he's someone I'm really, really looking forward to being a part of my plans for next season and a big part of my plans.
And finally, from me, Liam, in terms of Hull City, in terms of this season, if you to sort of summarise it up, has it been enjoyable but a learning experience in terms of the season so far? And do you think it's going to put you in good stead for the next season in terms of what you sort of learned this year in terms of the championship? You can sort of enjoy, dare I say, the last 3 games, but sort of push on at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's been, hopefully we'll look back on this little 6-month period that I've had and say that was really, really worthwhile. If I look at clubs, so I look at Kieran McKenna at Ipswich, who's doing a magnificent job there. He had that 6 months before being able to recruit in the summer. So I've had that time now where I understand the club, I understand the way that we want to go, I understand each player. I definitely now know what I need and what